I'm here in Nottingham at the Cropwell Bishop Creamery to meet Managing Director and cheesemaker Robin Scales, who produces this incredible cheese for Marks and Spencer. I better get inside to find out more. Robin, tell me about your role at Cropwell Bishop Creamery.
Well, I have quite a varied role, but every day my main job is to come in the dairy and make sure that the cheese making is going well, see all the staff, say hello, go and taste some cheese, go and grade some cheese out, and make sure the cheese is tasting as we want it to taste. So that's my main sort of job every day.
Yeah, and I've had a little wander around. I've seen a lot of people working here. It's all sort of done by hand, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Especially the Stilton that we make is very much a handmade cheese.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of hard work, and we have a lot of people here who we employ from the local area and the surrounding areas. So yeah, no, it's good.
And it seems like the people I've spoken to have a real passion for cheese, and I guess that comes across in the end result in the taste.
Yeah, it does, absolutely. So yeah, no, we're enormously proud of the cheese that we make. We love doing it. A lot of the staff love getting involved in the cheese making. Yeah. And we have cheese tastings every week, which is always fun to attend, and we're going to taste some cheese later, which I know you're looking forward to.
I'm really looking forward to that. And do you use full fat milk for your cheese?
Well, we use the milk straight from the cow.
Okay.
Apart from we pasteurise it, because legally milk has to be pasteurised to make Stilton. So yes, it's full fat.
Yes. So once that milk comes in, will that just fill up one of these big vats?
Yeah. So the milk comes in very early in the morning. We pasteurise it and then we feed it straight into the vat. We've got about 4,500 litres of milk in here, and that will make about half a tonne of Stilton.
Wow. And Robin, how long have you had a relationship with M&S?
For a long time, actually. So in my grandfather's days in the 1960s, he supplied M&S with cheese. These days we supply M&S with blue Stilton and our soft blue cheese, Beauvale. So no, we've got a long history of supplying Marks and Spencer's with cheese.
And in terms of filling the shelves at Marks and Spencer's, from a cheese being cut into a slice, put into a packet, how long does it take for that to arrive on the shelf?
It takes about 12 weeks or 3 months.
Yeah.
So Stilton is quite a young cheese actually, in comparison to maybe cheddar or some other cheeses. But yeah, 3 months is pretty much the optimum maturity for the M&S Stilton.
Yeah. So Robin, which two cheeses is it that you supply to M&S, and what is the difference between them?
Okay, so firstly we supply our fantastic blue Stilton, and we also supply Beauvale, which is our soft blue cheese. So our Stilton, which is unique to this area, can only be made in Nottinghamshire, Derbyshire and Leicestershire, and it's one of the hero English cheeses, and it's graded especially for M&S as well. The Beauvale, which is a softer product to Stilton, is more mild in flavour, and that is about 7 to 8 weeks old when we put it onto the M&S shelf.
And which is your favourite?
Well, they're both equally as good, I think. Just depends what mood you're in. So maybe in the evening, Stilton is a better cheese to eat, and earlier in the day, Beauvale is better because it's slightly more mild in flavour.
There you go. How long are they both aged for?
So our Stilton, we age it up to 12 weeks for M&S. And that is about the right time, so we get that full flavour of the Stilton and that really nice soft texture. Beauvale is a little bit younger, between 7 and 8 weeks. So it's a younger and more mild cheese than the Stilton.
I think a lot of people would think blue cheese has aged for such a long time, but it's really not that long a period, is it?
Nothing like cheddar, for example, which can be between 12 and 18 months. Stilton's a much younger cheese, so up to about 12 weeks or 3 months old.
And how do you select which cheese go to M&S? Is there a special high standard that they're after?
Yes, M&S are a great customer to supply, so we have to grade the cheese out especially for Marks and Spencer's, and the cheese has got to reach the right maturity as well. So we're very proud to have our cheese on the shelves of Marks and Spencer's.
And do you taste cheese every single day?
Every day, without fail.
Yeah.
Don't just taste it, we eat a lot of it as well. So we love the product that we make. In fact, we love all cheese, so we're constantly trying different cheeses. It's part of our life, really,
It's your passion.
It is, absolutely.
And this is the question I really want to find out. How do you enjoy eating this cheese?
Well, the great thing about Stilton and our Beauvale is that there are so many different ways of eating it and pairing it with different things. So honey drizzled on Stilton is absolutely lovely. And loads of different chutneys, for example. Any sweet chutney goes really well with blue cheese. The sweetness and the sort of piquantness of the cheese go really well together, and sometimes the saltiness. And and they counteract each other really well. If I was going to drink something with our Beauvale, I'd probably pick an English sparkling wine, and with Stilton, maybe a sweeter wine like a Sauterne. Of course, you've got the classic port and Stilton combination, but a Sauterne is quite a nice alternative to that.
And I think the nice thing is the cheese is so good, you don't really need to do much to it. It's more like a little pairing here and there.
That's right. But it does create a bit of theatre, you know, trying different things with cheese. So craft beers, Somerset, cider.
Yeah.
Again, loads of different things go well with cheese.
I'm noticing a theme of alcohol here.
There's potential theme going on
Yeah.
here. That's right.
Well, let's try it. Well, here we are towards the end of our tour, but we're in the grading room. And I've got to say, the bit I've been looking forward to the most, time to taste the cheese.
Yeah, this is the most important bit. So, we've got some fabulous M&S Cropwell Bishop Blue Stilton here.
Yeah.
It's 11 weeks old, so if you'd like to try a little bit from the end there.
And what should I be looking out for flavour-wise, and what are you thinking about when you eat this?
I'm thinking this cheese is going to give a unbelievably depth of savoury flavourness.
It's so creamy.
Really nice, soft, buttery texture, silky in the mouth.
Yeah.
You may get some piquant flavours coming
Yeah.
through, some spiciness
Yeah.
and some earthiness, but it's that deep savoury flavour that I really like, almost umami flavours. They're sort of beefy. It's a flavour that lingers in the mouth quite some time.
It keeps getting better.
Keeps going. Keeps going.
Wow.
And sometimes the flavours will differ from the middle of the cheese to the outside. So it's always worth trying a little bit from
Okay.
the end as well. It just gives you a different perspective of the flavours within the cheese. So you've
that's
got some
actually
of the
the rind on there, yeah.
The rind's absolutely fine to eat. You're tasting more of the paste in the cheese, and it's
Different texture.
different texture.
Oh, wow.
It's just and that probably will give more actually savouriness.
I was gonna say.
Savouriness than, yeah.
And how would you like to eat this yourself? I mean, what would you pair it with? If we sat that down, what could we have with it?
Many things that you can pair with Stilton. So if you're looking for something to drink with it, then obviously port is the go-to drink. But a great alternative to port is Sauterne.
Yeah.
Really, anything that you like to drink will go well with the cheese. Because
Yeah.
anything you enjoy to drink, you'll enjoy eating with
Yeah.
the cheese. So I don't think there's any hard and fast rule.
Yeah.
But yeah, a nice full-bodied red, even a sparkling wine, an English sparkling wine
Yeah.
specifically, because you want to pair a nice English cheese with a great English wine. Why not?
Best of British.
Best of British. So yeah, a whole host of different things will go well with
Yeah.
it. Even a Somerset cider.
Yeah. Something sweet.
Something
because of
sweet.
the saltiness.
Saltiness and sometimes the spiciness of the cheese, and that sweetness just offsets saltiness sometimes. But if you're looking to eat something with it, then a fruit chutney
Yeah.
is ideal. Figs go really well with Stilton, and in its purest form, just eat pears. Just
Yeah.
straightforward pears with Stilton on their own. Really nice way of combining the cheese with a ripe fruit. Yeah.
That's outrageous, that. It's so good. And I've got to say in here that I was expecting like a really overwhelming smell of what we all think of as blue cheese, but it really isn't at all, is it?
No, it's quite toned down. Because obviously we've got a lot of mature cheese in here, but we've got some quite good refrigeration systems that just keep that air flowing around the cheese, which really helps in the quality and helps the cheese breathe.
How much cheese have you actually got in here at any moment in time?
We've probably got maybe 3,000 cheese in here. So that's about 20 tons.
Okay.
Quite a lot.
Yeah.
It's going to feed quite a few M&S consumers, I
It
think.
is.
Yeah.
That is delicious. Thanks for letting me try that. So what's the next cheese we're going to be tasting?
So this is Marks and Spencer's Beauvale, and it's our soft blue cheese. So it's quite mild in flavour, and it has a very different texture to Stilton. Much softer than Stilton, and is spreadable on a biscuit, which I think is why a lot of people like it. My kids love it because they can just spread it on a biscuit and eat it. It's great.
Here we go. Oh. So, okay, velvety, smooth, creamy, quite mild. I could just keep going on that.
It's a very mild cheese, and I think if you're not used to strong blue cheeses, it's a really good blue cheese to try first before perhaps you try the Stilton.
I really like the texture of it as well. It's just easy to eat.
Yeah,
Incredibly Moorish.
It's got a really silky sort of tongue feel to it, mouth feel. It really sort of melts in the mouth very easily.
Yeah.
Probably a cheese to eat, not quite as warm as Stilton, so I probably wouldn't leave it out of the fridge too long before you eat it. It's quite luxurious, isn't it? It's quite decadent. Now this cheese is not just any cheese.
This is M&S cheese. Well, I was going to say something cheesy, but I thought I'd be mature.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Well, I've had a great time here visiting the dairy, and if I hadn't eaten enough cheese already, we're going to cut back to me in the studio to see me eat some more. But in the meantime, I just can't resist, can I? I'm going in.